Hello and welcome to episode 10 of my trophy guide for Final Fantasy XVI. We now have access to the icon of Shiva, but more about this much later. Make your way through the hideaway to simultaneously progress the story and start the side quest Blacksmith's Blues 4. Now pay a visit to Blackthorn and craft the Icebrand to increase our offense. Then enter your chambers to read the letter called Captain Doris and accept the accompanying side quest.
I have...
Mid said I can ride the Enterprise next.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all.
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while.
Next up, we continue the story while progressing the previously obtained side quest and starting Phoenix Heal Thyself and Even Weirder Science.
Why would Doris insist on going alone?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them. It's a wonder they can still walk.
How was she?
Our first destination on the next side quest trip will be Northreach. There we will, like for seemingly all quests in Northreach, talk to countless NPCs. There is literally nothing else to this quest. Fast travel to Northreach again once you are done.
The Dominion's all but done for. Then it's lucky we stayed here.
Is that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall into line.
What else can I do?
I don't trust this Duke, if we're not careful.
The fact that the soldiers trust you may well...
Might this Duke have been at the Remembrance ceremony?
Let's hope we didn't make a strong impression.
It's not only control of the garrison.
We already have a leader in the Dane.
Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
One at a time now.
Do you think he was the only one who survived? Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And to think, I would be lying under a pile of rubble.
The garrison salvaged what they could from all, but...
Sell anything today?
As much as...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
Done for. And it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
And you're just gonna fall into line.
What else can I do?
It's not only control of the garrison he wants.
We already have a leader in the Dane.
One at a time now.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
A whole day.
To dry some...
Welcome back. Wraiths give you any trouble?
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
We now want to pick up a spherical echo nearby, so follow me to take out a group of enemies guarding the desired object.
And we're just supposed to add...
Not here. Come on.
Yeah!
I need to deal with these ones first. How to find this spherical echo?
Fast travel to Boklat next and start the side quest Trading Places 2. Simply follow the quest marker to complete it. We will first have to meet up with Eloise south of Boklat and then make our way back to the abandoned fishing village, where we take down an Akashic dragon like the one we faced in Chapter 4. In fact, this dragon seems to have no new moves whatsoever. Completing this quest unlocks the Crimson Caravan's signboard, being signboard 2 out of 6 and Curiosity 9 out of 22.
Alright, to Randalar then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
What I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Would that we had anything to give.
When are they gonna let us through?
Ready, girl? to fight. Thanks, Gal. Hold on, Theo. Ready, girl? Faster! I can walk from here. Ambrosia won't help me here. Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy.
Next we pick up another spherical echo at the cross-sheet echoes. Take out the enemies around it, pick it up, and then fast travel to the deli mill inn.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Down.
Here we can start yet another side quest, Lines in the Sand. Again, this quest has us talk to a bunch of people and then travel to the eastern edge of the southern Valkyrie Desert to clear out a bandit camp. Aside from some annoying spellcasters using Cure, there is nothing of note here. Completing this quest is required to unlock another one later on.
Let's go.
Where's Ned?
That must be the camp Victor mentioned.
We make this quick.
That's him. The one who killed Locke and Fingers. Take his head off!
Finished.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
Our next step will be to progress Blacksmith's Blues 4, which takes place in Dravost again. Talk to August and then clear out the waves of enemies approaching their village. During it you will face a bighorn, a griffin and finally a chimera mini-boss. I will see you then.
Alright. Which one of you's first? Is that it? Apparently not.
This is the first Chimera we face. They generally have quite a bit of health and a large move pool. None of their big attacks are significantly dangerous, and they are also open after casting most of them. Just note that sometimes, especially when on low health, they can cast 2 spells in a row. They do also have a Fire Cone breath attack, which has to be dodged manually, as well as the ability to place stationary ice projectiles that hurt you while standing near them. Avoid those as well. Now we make for Tabor, where we can start the side quest Do the Undying. To complete it, we fast travel to the Gilded Path and make our way from there to reach the small town of Kretov. There we have to take out all the enemies, including another Guardian mini-boss.
Good girl. Faster! This won't be easy. Enough of you, are there? Be safe. May still be spikes. All the more reason to rid this place of echoes.
Fast travel back to Tabor to complete the quest afterwards, which is a prerequisite to unlocking another quest later on. Fast travel to 3 Reeds next, where we want to take out a nearby group of goblins, including another Gigas miniboss. They are guarding Stonewort flowers required for one of our side quests.
Faster!
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our Stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. There won't be beginning to drag on. There's only one thing for it. Nice try. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive.
Our next objectives lie at Martha's Rest, where we first want to start the side quest Rekindling the Flame 2. Talk to Martha and then fast travel to Eastpool, where we take out the waves of enemies.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here. And here it comes.
Can't let Eastpool fall.
And we won't. Nice try.
Now we only have to take out a nearby Curl mini-boss in the marshes. Just be mindful of its whip-crack move. We can then travel back to Martha and complete this quest, which will reward us with the Martha's Rest signboard, being signboard 3 out of 6 and Curiosity 10 out of 22.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. There it is. With me, Joshua.
Nearby, we now progress the side quest Self-Determination before fast traveling to the Aldale docks.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Make your way towards the quest objective for Self-Determination, but make sure to go past it and collect the spherical echo further up ahead. Then progress Self-Determination afterwards, as this teleports you back to the hideaway. This way we won't have to make 2 trips here. We will take out a Guardian mini-boss in the process. Completing Self-Determination is required for another quest later on.
Be safe. That's all of them. Owen can uncross his toes now. Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Now follow me to complete the side quest Blacksmith's Blues 4. This unlocks the Götterdämmerung, which we have to craft later on, but is unobtainable at this point. We also obtain a new weapon called Ragnarok, which is the strongest currently available weapon, so go ahead and equip it. We will also complete the side quest Even Weirder Science now, which maximizes our inventory space, meaning we can now carry even more potions at once. This also unlocks the trophy with 2 Ds, for maximizing item potency and inventory space.
Canva lost? It can't be true.
Miss, can we read Miss Editor's story for a lesson today?
What a wonderful idea, Jocelyn. Let's do just that.
How was she?
With Canva,
Finally, we complete the side quest Phoenix Heal Thyself, which is required for multiple side quests later on. Then fast travel to the Shadow Coast, where we will progress the story. I will see you when we reach the first enemy encounter.
Always wanted to visit Ash.
We're in Waluda territory now. Don't expect a warm welcome.
Oh, I don't know, Clive. That castle over there looks inviting enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
This place is as dead as Grieger's ghost.
Here we can ride past the enemies for now and enter a hidden section of this ruined village. There we will find Notorious Mark 21 out of 32, Pandemonium.
Out in time. Straight home now.
This Warlord-type mini-boss plays out like the ones we have faced before. Watch out for the Rictus of Horror move and dodge sideways whenever it comes up. This one also has the move Sanguine Rite, which deals a lot of damage, but the mini-boss is open for a few seconds while casting it. Just stop attacking before the massive projectile reaches the ground. Now take out the lesser enemies near the gate to progress and make your way further into the loot. I will see you when we cross the Angry Gap.
Ready, go? Run like the wind. It's Camber all over again. Where the hell are the royalists?
Seems you were right about that welcome after all, Clive.
Here we now want to go along the southern edge of the map to find a well-hidden path that leads to our next Chronolith trial, the Rand of Rhea. You might have to take out the nearby enemies to squeeze through the gap. We will pick up 2 more trophies during this upcoming trial, but it is also by far the easiest one, so do not worry about it. And you can of course also pick these up separately if you so wish.
Ugh, this place reeks like a mobile's arsehole. Though I'm guessing it's not the smell that'll kill us.
Thanks, Gal.
Stage 1 gives us Mesmerize and Rhyme. The Mesmerize ability will cast 6 projectiles around us that pull all enemies towards us. The Rhyme ability summons a large icy crystal a few meters in front of us that deals continuous damage to enemies near it and draws in lesser enemies. Wave 1 spawns 7 trash mobs. Cast both abilities and then wait. We now want to use Shiva's iconic feat, Cold Snap, to freeze a total of 7 enemies. Just like with Titan Block, this will happen eventually when being attacked by an enemy since it works as a counter. Make sure all enemies are in front of you. Here I will get my first 5 freezes, then take out this wave.
It's over.
Wave 2 features 7 more lesser enemies, and here we repeat the steps from before to reach 7 freezes. I actually reach all 10 freezes and obtain the trophy Oh Snap. But we will pick up 3 more freezes in just a few minutes. Wave 3 spawns a Flan-type mini-boss. Remember to use your limit break and take out this enemy while using abilities whenever they are up. Just note that when positioned in front of a boss, casting Rhyme will actually miss the enemy and be cast behind it. Always take some distance before casting it. Stage 2 gives us Mesmerize and Ice Age. The Ice Age ability is just an icy version of Wind Up. It requires you to hold your input until the gauge reaches the red portion and then hits all enemies in front of you. Wave 1 spawns an Elementoise type miniboss and 4 trash mobs. Focus on the Elementoise and use both abilities as they become available. The Mesmerize ability should take out all surrounding enemies in the process. Wave 2 spawns 5 regular enemies. Use Mesmerize whenever possible and preferably while positioned in the middle of the enemies, and try to line up Ice Age in a way so it hits as many of the enemies in front of you as possible. Wave 3 spawns a Brute type miniboss and 4 weaker enemies. Here we just repeat the same strategy from Wave 1. Focus on the miniboss first while using abilities as they refresh. If only weaker enemies remain, then try to line them up when using Ice Age. Don't forget your limit break. Stage 3 gives us Diamond Dust and Ice Age. Diamond Dust freezes all enemies in a radius around you and deals massive damage. It also has a rather long cooldown. Wave 1 spawns an Avis and 2 lesser mobs. Use both Diamond Dust and Ice Age and then use your regular combo to take out this wave. Make sure to use Diamond Dust early on, as we want it back during Wave 2. Wave 2 spawns 7 lesser enemies. This is where we need Diamond Dust to pick up another trophy. You should have a sizable chunk of time left at this point. If not, then just pick up this trophy later. I will point out a suitable location. While we are waiting for Diamond Dust to recharge, we want to damage the enemies. We need to kill at least 3 of them, and during testing I have found Diamond Dust to be unreliable at one-shotting them. So we will whittle them down a little first. Once Diamond Dust is back, we position ourselves in a way that places all the enemies in front of us and then wait for a Cold Snap counter activation. For the next trophy, we need to kill 3 enemies at once that have been frozen by Frostbite, Permafrost or Diamond Dust. The easiest way to do that is by waiting for the Permafrost counter to happen, to freeze at least 3 enemies and then to immediately use Diamond Dust or any other ability that one-shots those frozen enemies. This will then unlock the Cold-Blooded trophy. Wave 3 spawns a Bighorn and Lich miniboss. Use Diamond Dust if it comes back up and use Ice Age combined with Limit Break to deal the most possible damage. Also try to hit both enemies with Ice Age, but it is also fine if that does not work. The Lich does like to move around a lot. Stage 4 gives us a Diamond Dust and Rime to fight the boss of this trial, the only other Necrophobe encounter in the game. We won't be able to rely on our iconic abilities a lot here, since we want to keep our one cast of Diamond Dust for the stagger, and the Rime ability is basically useless against this boss as it likes to move around constantly. Use Limit Break in combination with Diamond Dust during the stagger to finish off this enemy. Now continue following the story by making your way to the village of Isla and taking out the waves of enemies there, which includes another Avis and Brute type miniboss.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Bahamut's breath.
Don't look down, Torgal. That must be Aistla.
No quarter gap!
No quarter!
In Asher like this?
A question for later, Gav.
Too slow.
Here they come!
And come, and come, and come.
Nice try.
I don't want to die here, Clive.
Them don't!
Maybe there's something.
Progress the story by entering the nearby house and then make your way to this chapter's main dungeon, Reverie. Reaching it unlocks Notorious Mark 22 out of 32 Gorgimera, so fast travel to the Deli Mill Inn from there.
If Barnabas is controlling the Akashic, then wherever he goes, they'll follow. And so will I.
Come on. Yeah!
Time to fight. won't be easy.
What do you mean, don't jump to conclusions?
Good girl.
How the hell did that bastard get through the desert gate?
Be safe.
This Notorious mark is another Chimera. Remember to look out for its breath attack and stationary ice projectiles. Other than that, this specimen can also cast Delta attack. This has a long windup during which the enemy is completely open. Now, finally, enter Reverie and open the Abilities menu. Once we reach our second playthrough, I will realize that mastering an ability does not actually make it stronger, so for now let me list what abilities you should actually have right now. Under Phoenix, you should have an upgraded Scarlet Cyclone and Mastered Upheaval. Under Garuda, you should have an upgraded Gouge and Mastered Ignition. You could even swap Ignition and Upheaval so that Ignition only has to be upgraded. And under Bahamut, you should have a Mastered Lightning Rod and upgraded Gigaflare. You can also reset Bahamut's feet, as we will not be using it anymore. Additionally, you should have upgraded Limit Break and learned Charged Magic and Taunt. This should leave you with roughly 9750 AP to spare. Use this to master Limit Break and upgrade Phoenix Shift, Deadly Embrace, Charged Magic and Precision Dodge. Any further upgrades are pointless. Now, follow me to make your way through this dungeon. As with the previous one, this one features mostly enemies we have encountered before and is also fairly linear. On our way to the top, we will encounter a Guardian, Flan and Undertaker miniboss. All of them go down pretty quickly and boast no additional means of offense, so I will see you when we face our next boss.
Bloody Fallen. Why do all their flaws seem to have a mind of their own? If I were Barnabas, where would I be? The top. so I could look down on the world. was that thing? Hopefully there aren't any more.
You know what to do, boy.
This new boss type closely resembles the sphere enemies we have seen before, just that this one turned its ranged attack capabilities up by a few notches. Most of the time this enemy will remain stationary while firing its projectiles at you, which makes it easy to hit with abilities but also more dangerous if you are too aggressive. Most of its regular moves have a short wind-up during which the enemy is open. Its short circuit move, on the other hand, grants a large window of opportunity afterwards. Starting at around half of its health, it will also eventually start casting high voltage. Contrary to what you might think, this is actually not a certain death move, even though it requires you to deplete a purple health bar. After taking down this enemy, we are immediately face to face with another boss, the Aurum giant. This, however, plays out just like all the giant fights before this. In fact, it is basically just a weaker version of the Atlas mini-boss from episode 8. I will see you shortly when we face the main boss of this dungeon, Barnabas. Note that he is also eligible for the damageless boss trophy.
What's one more, eh, Toggle? He's here. I can feel him.
This first phase of Barnabas plays out just like the encounter with him at the end of the previous episode. Be patient and wait for openings which generally arise after he has performed an attack. The best opening is during the attack that looks like a sphere of blades. Don't get frustrated if your abilities miss. Barnabas loves to dash and teleport around the arena or to negate your attacks flat out when idle. His two big attacks for now are Gorgimera and the Lord's Measure, both of which you do not want to get caught up in, but also present an opening afterwards. At roughly 3/4 of health left, he will transition to phase 2.
Yet still you fight like a man. earth as his vessel, and you cling to this foolish notion of hope when there is none.
Fuck!
Desperate, are we?
Finally, we can begin! Yeah! Shown the path. Now you must follow it. Free yourself, Mythos. You will not defeat me otherwise.
We'll see.
Here he mainly gains one new move, which he will always use right away, called Blinding Steel. This move has to be manually avoided and cannot be dodged while remaining within its range. To escape its range, you have to simply move behind Barnabas. This also presents you with an amazing opening, since attacking Barnabas during this attack is safe as long as you don't move back into the attack. The remainder of this phase is largely the same. Note that Barnabas can use Blinding Steel again. Therefore, I recommend always moving towards him when he teleports away, just in case he uses that move. About halfway through, his health will get capped and he will transition into the final phase.
Defeated? You admitted defeat the moment you turned your back on us. When you turned your back on the truth, Barnabas. We are not as weak as your god believes.
What are you waiting for? Men know nothing of strength. But you will. Of your weakness. My apologies. You are not the fool I took you for. And so it ends. No! Don't tell me you are tired, Mythos! Your stubborn defiance has stirred my long-becalmed heart, filling it with a joy that I have not known for generations! I had thought the tantalizing kiss of self-indulgence a dream forever out of reach! And now that its sweet ruin courses through my veins, I shall not be quick to relinquish it. Show me your work, Mythos, that I might revel in it!
He will start this phase by charging up Ultimate Santetsken, which is a certain death move and must be stopped. This has quite the beefy health bar, but also gives you a whole minute and a half to deplete it. Barnabas will continue his fight like normal instead of standing still while charging it, and will use all moves he has used previously, including Blinding Steel. After interrupting his charge, Barnabas will be open for a few seconds before casting Quieting, which simply pushes you back and then adds a few new moves to his arsenal. He will now always cast the following 3 moves in order. First is Great Divide, which has him slowly sweep his enlarged blade across the arena, which leaves him open for a few quick abilities in between, and ends in a large powerful attack called the All-Wielder, which is almost comically easy to dodge and gives you a huge opening.
How do you know this day will come? What proof have you?
Your mere existence is proof of the Lord's grand design. I'll never serve your god!
For the second move, he teleports outside of the arena and transforms into Odin before using Woden Vorteveos. Similar to the Great Divide, this simply has him swing his sword across the battlefield multiple times. Only that he is now completely out of reach, so just wait for it to end. There will be a large opening once he is done.
As it did the day I won Ash. Since then, many have sought my crown, Ethos. But none could wrest it from my head. Come! Have you the strength? Have you the will?
Once he is close to death, his health will cap until he has performed his final unique move, Circle of Malleus. This has him turn into a spinning circle of blades that will fly across the arena several times, before coming back down and immediately continuing his attacks, sadly only giving you a very brief opening just as he lands. And that is it for Barnabas. Note that he can use most of these mentioned attacks multiple times if the fight drags on, but luckily none of them really pose any threat. If anything, they give you more openings. Defeating Barnabas and with that Odin will unlock the trophy A Vessel Complete and ends this chapter as well as this episode. I will see you in the next one.
Is at an end. And we both know the truth. It is I who stand victorious. My will that prevailed. Your will? No. It was his.
Clive Rossfield.